Sagittarius. I hope you're doing well. This is Anna, and this is your reading for January. I have 3 decks for your cards. I have a clarifier, and I have a deck for your guidance. And they've all been shuffled, and all of their information is in the description if you're interested in knowing more about the decks. Okay. And we're going to get your cards from the cut. So let's see. Spirit, what message do you have for Sagittarius? So you've been going through some, perhaps you or someone in your life that's coming out in your reading here. Going through some lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem perhaps. Feeling like a failure, feeling like nothing I do is good enough. Just some, because perhaps there's been challenges in your life that have overwhelmed you, and it's left you feeling sad and like you're not going to be able to fulfill your dreams. So there could be some depression here. But you're nearing the end of this phase. You're at a 9 there, and there's 10 cards in the suits, right? So the 10 is the maximum. Now I'm not saying it's going to get worse. It could get worse before it gets better. That sometimes happens, but I feel like not necessarily, right? This is the stage that you're in, and I see you here. Shifting something where you're seeking truth, you're trying to understand, like there's a desire for you to learn more, and because you're very you have a thirst to understand, to know more. You want to know why things aren't working. If you resonate with this, right? Tell me more here. It's made you a bit guarded. Maybe it's been a test of your faith too, but there it is. You have the stamina to survive this, to surpass this. Maybe it's having to do with, sometimes the dreams that we have, not every dream can be accomplished. And I know that sounds kind of like sucky, but because we have certain things that we want to do, we want to accomplish, and they're not necessarily part of your life path. And there's something to learn there. There's something to figure out there, to process, to reflect on. Maybe, like in the picture here, maybe you wanted to be a ballerina dancer, but it didn't quite happen, or some other kind of dancer, or in some kind of art field. Arts are very difficult. They're very difficult to be able to be successful in, I'm not saying that that's what it is, but since we have the ballerina there, it's just an example. Not everyone wants to be a ballerina. Maybe as a little kid, all the little girls want to be a ballerina. Here, give me one more here. Yeah, you've had some setbacks, for sure. You've had some setbacks, and that's very frustrating. It's caused you to be, but I feel like you aren't allowing yourself the time. You may be getting impatient, wanting to resolve something, wanting to get something completed, and it's something that has to develop with time. Okay, you have to allow yourself. You're honing a skill, basically. You're learning something, and you're figuring out how to be successful in something. There's something you're trying to work on, and there may have been some setbacks. That's very disappointing. It's very frustrating, but you're at the end of the frustration. You're 9 and 10. You're at the end of the frustration. Okay, there's been some delays, perhaps. You need to stay positive. You need to try and remember that you're learning. Remember that you're in the training phase, that you're in that phase where you're not sure of yourself because you're not the expert in this thing that you're wanting to do. And there's a frustration in that learning curve. There's always a frustration. There's always insecurity. There's always like, oh my gosh, am I really going to be able to get this accomplished? Whatever this is, I feel like you're going to be able to come to terms with, you're going to be, okay, you have to be, can I speak? Holy moly. I don't know, maybe I should start drinking coffee. A coffee drinker would have said, I haven't had my morning coffee. Maybe I should start drinking coffee since I'm not a coffee drinker. Maybe it'll help me. I sometimes get stuck. Like I see the thing in my head, but my mouth doesn't cooperate. I see you coming to terms with this phase of frustration that you may be experiencing. Okay, you have to know that you have to also have a balance in your life. You may be obsessing too much about this, whatever this thing is that you're trying to work on, and you have to kind of have balance in your life, work-life balance, you know what I mean? And allow yourself time to breathe, to do something fun, to, you have to have that balance. That allows your brain to rest. If you're constantly, learn this, do this, I have to find out how to do this, you're exhausting yourself. It's this frustration's coming down. The frustration, the feeling that there's setbacks or that there's been delays, you're dissatisfied, is coming to an end. And you're going to be able to see the fruits of this hard work that you've been putting in. You'll be able to see it. One more. Oh, really? We're going to do it that way? Okay. Yeah, you have to definitely do some self-processing. Processing of yourself. Good Lord. You gotta go within. You gotta really also ask yourself the question, because that may be part of the frustration, is that, what am I doing this for? Am I really even feeling connected to this thing that I've been working so hard? Is it, what did I start this for? You're starting to question even why am I even doing this? Right? And that's a good question to ask. Why are you doing it? Sometimes people get into something so far in, even though they don't love it, that they feel they have to just complete it because it pleases other people in their lives. And it's like, finally, I finished this now. And then they never go back to it at all because it wasn't anything that they wanted to do in the first place. But they've invested so much time and effort into getting this thing accomplished. That may be what's happening with you. Is this really something you're passionate about? Is this really something part of your life purpose? You have to kind of think about that. So that's what this card is about, is sit with yourself and really really go within. Ask those hard questions, because you may come up with the answer that, no, I don't love this, but I've spent all this time doing it. Should I just finish it anyway? That could be my backup plan if the thing I really want to do doesn't work. You know what I mean? Most of us have done something like that. And you don't want to have regrets. So you have to really stop and think, what's important for me to do? Just, yes, pull through and finish this thing so I can feel that I accomplished something. Or what's your decision? What's your decision? I feel like you may be going back to school, continuing education. You may be traveling to learn something new. Yeah, you see, I feel like you're doing something that pleases other people, and it's not something that you really want to do yourself, and it's frustrating the hell out of you. That just came through. It came through right there with the servant card. You're doing everything for other people, and you're not pursuing your own thing. And this is you pursuing your own thing. You see the person going off on an adventure? And that's true to yourself. You're seeking information. Tell me more about that. Yep. Creative. I mean, I'm telling you, the creatives, we suffer so much. We suffer so much. You have to use your intuition. You have to make the decision what to do. If you resonate with this, you have to make your decision and be okay with that, right? You have to be okay with that. But at some point, you're going to be out searching for what is your truth. You're going to be connecting with your truth, and you're going to be pursuing your truth. Maybe you don't know what your truth is. You see, you're going to be connecting with Soul Tribe. You're going to be connecting with people that support you, and people who encourage you, who appreciate the kindness and the wisdom and the creativity that you possess. I mean, look at that. Contemplation. Maybe you have to go on some kind of a retreat, or some kind of a trip. I don't know who can afford to travel. I can't. You have unresolved issues, and you have to work through them. So what are you doing this month? You're not going to all of a sudden change your life. You're not going to finish a degree that you didn't even want. You're not going to accomplish all of this. This is just to get you going, to get you thinking, to get you processing a little bit, and to really think about, okay, what are the unresolved issues that I have? What's baggage that I might want to work on if I want my life to turn around? If you're feeling stuck, if you're connecting with this, there may be some inner child wounding. We have a lot that keeps coming through a lot for a lot of people, because most of us have some of that, right? We're trying to please everybody else, please our parents, please. Oh, everybody wants a piece of me. They think they know what's better for me than me, right? But then you stop, and then you're like, well, what do I really want? What do I want to do? What's my truth? What's my path? What's my passion? Those are the questions you need to start asking. That's why we're doing this in January, because it's part of it. It's dropping baggage. It's dealing with the fears of disappointing people, dealing with connecting with what's my truth, where's my thirst, what quenches this thirst that I have, right? All that, just do all of it. Okay. Here's your guidance. I don't know if that made sense. Today's been a weird day for my readings. I don't know what the hell. Okay. Ooh, I see you going on an adventure. I'm telling you, you're going to be doing some kind of traveling. Maybe if it's not physically in your mind or researching, you're going to be exploring where you want to go next in your life. Prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. I mean, that's quite beautiful. There's another traveling person there. So, take take what resonated, leave the rest. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.